Hey there, beautiful souls, and welcome back to Astrology Unlocked. And a very special welcome to you, my magnificent trailblazing Aries. There's a reason the world seems to hold its breath for just a heartbeat when you walk into a room. Can you feel it? It's not fear in the way you might think. It's a kind of electric anticipation, a bracing for impact, as if a beautiful, untamable force of nature has just arrived. You've surely felt it in the way conversations suddenly spark with more energy, in the way people either lean in captivated or take a subconscious step back, as if making space for a wildfire. They choose their words carefully around you, not because they are walking on eggshells, but because they know deep down that you are a being of pure, unadulterated truth, and that your very presence demands the same from them. But perhaps you've never fully grasped the cosmic truth behind this reaction. Well, get ready, because what we're about to uncover is the secret no one has ever had the courage to tell you. You are not just the first sign of the Zodiac, dear Aries. You are the primordial spark, the cosmic initiator, the most beautifully dangerous force among the 12 astrological archetypes. And when I use that powerful word dangerous, I'm not speaking of aggression or malice. Oh no, that is such a limited human understanding of your power. I'm talking about a danger to stagnation, a danger to falsehood, a danger to every comfortable excuse that keeps a soul from stepping into its true, magnificent potential. If you're ready to finally understand the incredible power you wield, let me know in the comments right now by typing, "I am ready to embrace my fire." And if you haven't already, my friend, please press that subscribe button and join our beautiful community here at Astrology Unlocked. You are not going to want to miss the journey we are about to embark on together. You see, your power is the power to ignite, to begin to shatter the old, so the new can be born. You are dangerous because you cannot be controlled, you cannot be diluted, and you cannot be ignored. You look at the world and you don't just see what is, you see what could be, with a burning, passionate clarity that terrifies those who are content with mediocrity. In the presence of an awakened Aries, it is simply impossible to keep pretending, to keep procrastinating, to keep living a life that is anything less than authentic and courageous. Over the next few minutes, we will journey together through the 7 signs that prove why you, the celestial ram, are this incredible catalyst for change. As we unveil each truth, you will begin to understand not just why the world reacts to you with such intensity, but why you have always felt that divine restlessness within you, that sacred impatience, as if you carry a cosmic flame that even you at times have struggled to contain. Are you ready to finally meet the true, unapologetic measure of your power, to understand why your very existence is a call to action for the entire universe? Then let's begin this transformative journey, shall we? There is an energy that flows through you, dear Aries, that works like a cosmic truth serum. While other signs might need to piece together clues, analyze body language, or wait for the facts to emerge, you operate on a much more fundamental frequency. You simply feel the truth. It's a visceral, instantaneous knowing. You can sense the dissonance in the air when someone is speaking from a place of fear, of inauthenticity, or of outright deception. It isn't a quiet psychic whisper like it might be for a water sign. Oh no, for you, it's a loud, clanging alarm bell in your soul. A lie feels like a physical obstacle, a wall of static that you have an immediate primal urge to smash through. You've probably noticed how deeply uncomfortable people can become under your direct, unwavering gaze. It's because they feel on a soul level that you are not just looking at them. You are seeing straight through the carefully constructed facades the social niceties and the convenient half-truths, and you are gazing directly at the core of what is real. And the truth is, you are. Your Aries spirit, ruled by the warrior planet Mars, has no patience for pretense. It is built for action, and the purest action always springs from the purest truth. You see the hesitation in their eyes, you feel the lack of conviction in their voice, you sense the potential they are hiding from out of fear. And this makes you beautifully dangerous because you simply cannot pretend you don't see it. It is against your very nature. When someone is being disingenuous, every fiber of your being wants to call it out. When a situation is built on a weak or false foundation, you feel an overwhelming impulse to challenge it, to test its strength, to see if it will hold. For you, truth isn't just a concept, it's a destination, and you are the unstoppable force that clears the path for everyone else to get there. And here's what makes this truly potent. Your nature doesn't allow you to ignore a fundamental truth just to keep the peace. You instinctively understand that a peace built on a lie is not peace at all. It's a prison. And you are the great liberator. This is why you are often labeled as blunt, confrontational, or too direct. It's because most people would rather exist in their comfortable illusions than face the liberating and sometimes searing reality that you represent. Have you ever spoken a simple truth in a room and watched as it sent ripples of shock and discomfort through everyone present, even though you were the only one brave enough to say it? That, my friend, is your superpower. When you feel something, dear Aries, the world feels it with you. Your emotional state is never a private, contained affair. It is an active, radiating force of nature. It expands it, touches it, ignites everything and everyone in your vicinity. An ordinary person might experience a flicker of excitement or a wave of frustration, and it passes by, barely noticed by the outside world. But when an Aries feels something with true conviction, it's as if the very temperature of the universe shifts. You have surely seen this countless times. You walk into a stagnant, uninspired meeting, and if you are filled with a passionate new idea, the entire energy of the room begins to crackle. People sit up straighter, their eyes light up, and suddenly a sense of possibility fills the air where there was none before. You don't just suggest a new path, you make people feel the thrill of walking it with you. Conversely, if you are feeling a righteous anger or a deep frustration, that energy is just as palpable. It's not a sulking or a quiet brooding. It's a clear, powerful broadcast that says, something is not right here, and it must be addressed. This is not mere social influence, beautiful soul. It's a genuine, energetic transmission. You are a cosmic catalyst, and your presence is never ever neutral. You are incapable of being a passive bystander in life. For people who crave predictability and prefer the lukewarm comfort of the status quo, your fiery intensity can be profoundly unsettling. They feel that when you are near, they might be forced to feel things more deeply, to care more passionately, and to act more decisively than they are comfortable with. Your passion has the power to accelerate everything. Projects that have been stalled for months suddenly find momentum when you join the team. Relationships that have been stuck in a state of ambiguity are forced into clarity. You are the spark that lights the fuse, forcing stagnant situations to move for better or for worse. And here is the most magnificent part: you cannot turn it off. There is no casual or light version of an Aries in their authentic state. When you believe in something, you believe with every cell of your being. When you love with a fierce, protective, all-encompassing fire that can make your beloved feel like the center of the universe. Your passion, is a gift designed to move the world. Have you ever been told that you are too much or too intense? Smile when you hear that, my friend. It is not an insult. It is a testament to the fact that you are radiating the full, untamed power of your cosmic nature. This, dear Aries, is perhaps your most misunderstood and awe-inspiring ability. You have the capacity to fall and to rise again with a speed that defies logic. Experiences that would emotionally cripple others, leaving them mired in self-pity and defeat for months or even years, you are able to process and rebound from with breathtaking swiftness. When life knocks you down, and it will knock you down hard, because the universe knows you are strong enough to take the hit, you do not stay on the mat analyzing the blow or mourning the fall. There is an internal primal instinct that says, "Get up, now." Pain for you is not a stopping point, it is information. Disappointment is not a verdict, it is fuel. You use the force of the fall to literally bounce back, often with even more determination and clarity than before. It's as if you have a cosmic reset button that is wired directly to your will, allowing you to begin again, instantly unburdened by the weight of past failures. This makes you dangerously unstoppable. People may bet on your failure. Situations may conspire to block your path. Life itself might throw a seemingly insurmountable obstacle in your way, but you always find a way to get back on your feet and charge forward once more. And this is profoundly terrifying to those who operate from a place of malice or competition, because they simply cannot keep you down. Your incredible resilience also grants you a fearlessness that is almost supernatural. You are not afraid to take risks, to try something new, to be the first one to volunteer for the difficult mission. You don't fear failure in the same way others do, because you know on a deep cellular level that no failure is final. You understand that every no is just a step on the path to a yes, and every setback is just a cosmic redirection. And here's what truly baffles others: your lack of sentimentality about your own wounds. While others might nurse their grievances and proudly display their scars, you see them as little more than evidence of a battle well fought. You don't have time to dwell on what's been lost, because you are too busy, too excited, too focused on what can still be won. Do you recognize this in yourself? Have you ever looked back on a crisis that felt monumental at the time and realized with a sense of surprise that you barely even think about it anymore because you are already 3 mountains ahead on your journey? There is a current of pure intention that flows from you, beautiful Aries, and it actively shapes the world around you. This is not a subtle, behind-the-scenes manipulation of energy. It is a bold, declarative act of creation. It is as if you have a direct, open channel to the cosmic forces of initiation, and this channel activates the moment you decide with absolute clarity what you want. You've surely witnessed how the universe seems to bend and reorganize itself around your focused desires. When you truly commit to a goal, a path, a vision, synchronicities begin to appear. The right people show up. The unexpected opportunity lands in your lap. The obstacles that seem so solid suddenly reveal a hidden doorway. It is not magic in the fairy tale sense. It is the fundamental law of the universe, responding to the most powerful force. It knows a clear, unwavering, and decisive intention. This makes you dangerous to the illusion of powerlessness. You are living proof that we are not simply victims of circumstance. Your very existence is a challenge to the belief that our reality is fixed and unchangeable. You demonstrate that with enough courage and conviction, reality is in fact negotiable. When you declare, "This is what is going to happen," the universe listens, and often agrees simply because it is swept up in the undeniable power of your belief. But here is the most potent aspect of this incredible gift. It works through your ability to inspire action in others. Your will doesn't just affect events, it electrifies people. When you share your vision with that signature Aries passion, you don't just get them to agree with you, you make them want to pick up a sword and charge into battle alongside you. You plant seeds of courage and initiative in everyone you meet. This is why there is rarely a neutral opinion about you, dear Aries. People are either inspired by your fire and eager to join your cause, or they are intimidated by it and feel an urgent need to get out of your way. Indifference is an energy that simply cannot survive in your powerful orbit. Have you ever noticed how your boldest declarations often become self-fulfilling prophecies? How simply, by having the courage to speak your goal aloud, you set in motion a chain of events that makes it a reality. There is an archetypal energy in your presence, dear Ram, that speaks directly to the most courageous, untamed, and heroic part of the human spirit. You don't interact with people's carefully polished social personas. You communicate directly with their inner warrior, their sleeping giant, their forgotten hero. And this is both thrilling and terrifying for them. When you look at someone with genuine belief, you don't just see the person, they are conditioned by their fears and their past. You see the magnificent, powerful being they were born to be. You see the leader, the innovator, the champion they could become if they only had the courage to try. And your energy acts as a cosmic wake-up call, forcing that dormant potential to stir and come to the surface. This makes you dangerous to complacency. In your presence, people who have been playing it safe their whole lives suddenly feel an urge to take a risk. People who have been silent for years find the courage to speak their truth. People who have settled for less are forced to confront the burning question, what more could I be? You are a living, breathing mirror that reflects not who people are, but the powerful potential they have abandoned. Your energy in any group or relationship dynamic is to challenge, to push, to test the boundaries. You instinctively poke at comfort zones, not out of malice, but out of a deep, soul-level understanding that true growth can never ever happen within them. This is why your friendships and partnerships are so often transformative. You don't allow the people you love to stagnate. You demand their greatness. You challenge them to be braver, stronger, and more authentic. And here's what can be so rattling for others. In your presence, they discover a capacity for courage they never knew they had. They find themselves standing up for their beliefs, starting the new venture, having the difficult conversation. You awaken a fire within them that they may have spent years trying to suppress. You are a catalyst for heroic action. Have you ever had someone come to you years later and say, "You know, my whole life changed after I met you. You made me believe I could do it." That beautiful soul is the sacred mark you leave on the world. This is perhaps the most defining characteristic of your noble heart, magnificent Aries. Your emotional memory is not like that of others. It is not a library of past grievances to be revisited. It is a battlefield code of honor etched in fire. You do not hold grudges in the traditional sense, letting them fester and poison you over years. Your sense of justice is far too immediate for that. When you are wronged, when a trust is betrayed, when someone you love is harmed, your response is not cold, calculated, or delayed. It is a flash of pure, righteous fire, a swift and decisive confrontation. You don't plot revenge, you demand accountability right here, right now. This makes you dangerous to anyone who operates in the shadows, who relies on manipulation, or who believes they can get away with injustice. You are the bright, searing light that exposes their actions, and you will not rest until the scales are balanced. But here is what the world so often misunderstands about your fire. Your capacity for fierce, unwavering loyalty is just as powerful, if not more so, than your capacity for righteous anger. When someone earns your trust, when they stand by you in a moment of need, you will never, ever forget it. That act of kindness is forged into your soul, and you will repay it with a level of protection and championship that is breathtaking to behold. To be loved by an Aries is to have the most courageous, dedicated, and passionate champion in your corner for life. You will defend your people with your last breath. You will fight their battles as if they were your own. You will be the first to celebrate their victories and the first to help them back to their feet after a fall. The people who earn your true loyalty gain a lifelong ally, a warrior guardian who would fearlessly charge into any darkness for them. Do you recognize this powerful duality within yourself, that flash of fire for those who betray and that undying flame for those who are true? Have you noticed how your relationships are rarely lukewarm, but are instead defined by these powerful codes of justice and unwavering loyalty? This is the deepest and most profound truth of your beautiful, dangerous nature, dear Aries. You don't just experience your own rebirths with lightning speed. You have the divine power to force new beginnings in the lives of others. Your very presence in someone's life is an invitation, no a demand, to start something new. This happens because your entire being is an antidote to procrastination and indecision. When you connect with someone, you instinctively begin to challenge their excuses, question their fears, and dismantle their reasons for staying stuck. You do this not with complex psychological maneuvering, but with a simple, powerful, and transformative question: why not now? You force a person to a crossroads. Either they cling to the safety of the known and inevitably drift out of your energetic orbit, or they take a deep breath. Listen to the spark of courage you've ignited within them, and take that terrifying, exhilarating first step. For people who are ready for change, you are the greatest gift the universe could send them. You are the personal trainer for their soul, the cosmic cheerleader, the friend who won't let them quit on their dreams. They flourish in your presence, discovering a capacity for action they never knew they had. But for people who are deeply attached to their stagnation, you represent an existential threat. They sense correctly that a true connection with you will require them to change, to act, to begin. And this terrifies them. This is why you cannot have superficial, stagnant relationships. Every connection you make is charged with the potential for initiation. You are always consciously or unconsciously pushing people off the ledge of their indecision so they can discover they have wings. And here is the most potent part: this process is irreversible. Once you have planted the seed of a new beginning in someone's soul, it can never be unplanted. They can never go back to comfortably not knowing what is possible. They may walk away from you, they may even resent the discomfort you made them feel, but they will forever carry the echo of your belief in them. Years later, when they finally launch that business, or write that book, or take that journey, they will remember you as the catalyst who showed them the starting line. Have you ever watched as people's lives dramatically shifted after meeting you? How even those who moved away went on to make bold changes they had only dreamed of before. Now that we have journeyed through these 7 signs, beautiful Aries, you must understand the most fundamental truth of all. This incredible, dangerous power is not a flaw. It is not a curse. It is your sacred gift to a world that is starving for courage. The universe needs people like you. It needs trailblazers who are unafraid to go first. It needs warriors of truth who will not tolerate falsehood. It needs catalysts who have the courage to spark necessary change and force new beginnings. You are dangerous to everything that is stagnant, mediocre, inauthentic, and fearful. And that is exactly what the cosmos designed you to be. Your intensity is not a problem you need to solve. It is the superpower you must learn to wield with conscious intention. Your directness is not a social failing. It is a gift of clarity that can liberate people from their own confusion. What makes you lethal is not your capacity to destroy. It is your divine ability to begin. You destroy only the illusions and the obstacles so that something new, vibrant, and true can finally be born. You are the sign of the cosmic spark, the sacred impulse, the miracle of the first step. Throughout your life, you have probably been told that you were too impulsive, too loud, too impatient, too much. But the truth is, you are exactly as you were meant to be. The world does not need another cautious follower. It needs you with all of your fire, all of your passion, all of your glorious, impatient, and transformative power. Your magnificent force is not to be feared. It is to be honored. It is to be celebrated. Because in an era when so many are paralyzed by analysis, crippled by fear, and content to live on the sidelines, you represent the breathtaking possibility of a courageous and deeply authentic life. And here is the final beautiful revelation. People are not intimidated by you because they think you will harm them. They are intimidated because you are a living, breathing reflection of the hero they could be if only they had the courage to answer the call. You are a mirror that shows them their own undeveloped power, their own unstarted adventures, and that is the most inspiring and terrifying thing of all. So yes, you are the most beautifully dangerous sign of the Zodiac. Dangerous to fear, dangerous to delay, and dangerous to anything and everything that prevents a soul from evolving. And that is precisely why you are here. Not to fit in, but to be the catalyst that ignites the world and pushes all of us forward, whether we think we are ready or not. If this sacred message resonated deep within your soul, if you saw your own fire reflected in these 7 signs, then you are finally ready to step into the full, unapologetic glory of your power. Please share in the comments which of these signs burns brightest within you. Your stories and your wisdom will create a beautiful bonfire of inspiration for other Aries to gather around and recognize their own magnificent light. Subscribe to Astrology Unlocked right now, because this, my friend, is just the beginning of you claiming your birthright. You must learn to consciously direct this incredible fire, to channel it towards creation, to become the master initiator you were always born to be. Turn on those notifications, because we will be your guide on this journey, helping you to channel your passion constructively and powerfully. You are not dangerous by accident. You are dangerous by divine design. It is time to stop apologizing for your fire and start using it to illuminate the world. Because if not you, the great beginner, then who?